And my student ID is 188782223. And these are my group members, and we are studying the subject of sustainable management and marketing. So we were given a task to critically analyze an article which was about the influence of trust perception on German tourists' intention to book a sustainable hotel, a new approach to analyzing marketing information. Well, this is a very interesting article because it includes all of the three aspects: marketing, sustainability, and management. And we took it from the Journal of Sustainable Tourism. So what is sustainability? In simple words, sustainability means to maintain something at a certain level. And in a broad concept, it includes social, environmental, and economical factors without sacrificing the needs of future generations. Well, what is the role of sustainability in marketing and management? Well, obviously, if hoteliers care about like marketing their activities in a true manner, then they will create value for their businesses as well as they'll get the competitive advantage. Let's talk about hospitality industry. Well, according to a report, hospitality industry is going to grow by $702 billion in 2021. Well, sustainability is a complex concept, as we know, and marketers should need to provide information about sustainability to guests, not to other industry stakeholders. Mistrust is a real problem. Well, when you say that your hotel is a sustainable one and then you don't deliver the message, and then you don't deliver your promise, then it will create negative impact on the guests. Social demographic variables are important. Well, 20% of the market demands sustainable products, which includes the people with higher than average level of income and education. And the interesting fact is that females are more aware about sustainable products. So these are the key points we will be touching in our presentation: tourist trust perception, influence on intention to book a hotel, perceived usefulness of information, extent of demographic characteristics in explaining intention to book a hotel, interaction between trust perception and perceived usefulness of information, and greenwashing. So what is trust and what is the role of trust in sustainable management and marketing? Well, attracting guests to hotels, to sustainable hotel is a tough task. And when marketers are marketing their hotels, they need to deliver the right information to the right people. So so that will create a positive image in the guest's mind, and it will help increase the hotel bookings. So what is it that makes a hotel sustainable? Well, sustainable hotel activities include use of non-toxic cleaning agents by housekeeping, recyclable bins, hybrid transportation. And these are all the things that hotels should look for a sustainable one. But what is a trust? Well, trust is vital, and in simple words, in the context of this article, trust is a belief of guests in hoteliers' management and marketing activities. Well, trust has three dimensions. Well, let's talk about the ability. Well, what is ability? Ability is the hotel's capability to deliver its promise. Benevolence. So benevolence is something that a guest, when a guest tries to book a hotel, a sustainable hotel, he expects that he will that the hotelier will put the guest's interest first and then his own interest. And integrity, I think this is the most important one, because if a hotel is reliable and consistent in doing these activities, this will ultimately get them these things. And these are the most important things for hoteliers. First of all, strong consumer and hotel relationship. Obviously, when you are delivering your promises and when you are doing all the things right, you will get strong consumer and hotel relationships. And then the ultimate goal of hoteliers is to increase hotel bookings. And loyal guest. Ultimately, when a potential guest look for a hotel and he gets all of the things, all of the promise and everything of marketing, then he will convert into a loyal guest, which is important in hospitality business. So from that part, my colleague, my friend Kunal will take further.
Hi, my name is Kunal Dange. I will be explaining about general trust. General trust refers to as general willingness to trust that others can be relied upon. General trust is an individual trust or propensity to trust on reliable things. It is a broad concept as compared to the specific trust. It has more or less characteristics of a personal trait. General trust. It is been referred as the individual with higher general trust believe that most people are basically trustworthy and have a fair and good intentions. It means that when a person is going to book an hotel on a sustainable basis, it's going to be have a trustworthy and a fair decision that he is going to have a good hotel and have a good ratings about the hotel. Next part is that general trust also contributes to increase the specific trust. It means that there is a contribution to both of the part and they are correlation to each other. Next, online transactions are the most adjacent to the general interest. General trust explains further that tourists with higher general trust are more likely to be aware of online hotel bookings. It means that when our people are booking online, they are more likely to be aware that because there are no any conditions or anything related to the hotel bookings. General trust affects perception and behavior. It can hardly be influenced by a specific retailer or one or specific marketing event. General trust involves in early childhood. It means that when researchers concluded that general trust is an individual or personal trait, that from the childhood they were involving in the general trust, and furthermore, when they were going up, when their hormones grew up, they were also known about all the things about their general interest. Now, further explains my friend Vikram about this specific interest.
Hi, my name is Vikram and I'm going to talk about specific trust. Specific trust can be defined as a belief on a particular situation or an entity. Effective marketing and advertising sources can lead to customers' trust as it holds a lot of useful information about the product and service offered. Reduces complications of decision making. When there is a specific trust present towards a hotel, the complexity of decision making is reduced. Customers' trust is a positive sign of purchasing decision and a key factor that influences their purchase intention. Certificates and label also can be beneficial in creating consumers' trust, as usually people go by these certificates which carry complex sets of information in short and condensed form. Sustainability labels and certificates reflect specific responsible management policies and actions linked to socio-economic and environmental impacts of the establishment, which can drive people to their attention and may have increased bookings. Online-offline promotion to increase booking intention. For example, when a hotel is promoting sustainability practices in their daily workings, people have this perception of usually have a good perception of the hotel. Sometimes actions are not delivered properly and therefore misleads the consumer, like putting up false information and information overload. Impact on customers. Usually by these misleads, customers are disappointed and they tend to go for other alternatives. And lastly, there's lower specific trust. Because all of these factors, it creates a lower specific trust and greenwashing. Yes. And now my friend Thong will talk about usefulness of the information.
Hi, my name is Van Thong, and in this section I will talk about the perceived usefulness of the information. As we know, people are more concerned about the green products that makes marketers have to focus on the sustainable marketing. And the perceived usefulness of the information has a positive effect on the purchasing intention of the customers. It can be defined as the level of a person believes through using a particular system would enhance his performance. And perceived usefulness of the information also helping a better understanding about the customer expectations and preferences. The result of this article shows that when consumers provide that the promotion material contains useful information about the products or services, they are more likely to buy them. And in order to persuade consumers to book into sustainable hotels, they need to provide more than just the normal marketing information. Providing more useful and trustworthy sustainability information is necessary to convince tourists in increasing their booking intentions. Generally, customer behaviors seem to depend on the perceived usefulness of the information. And about the individual ability to reduce the threat to the environment and society, especially when people perceive about the long-term consequences, the long-term negative consequences of the irresponsible behaviors. Therefore, it's believed that pro-environmental and pro-social personal standards can drive pro-sustainability behaviors at the consumer level. Although consumers are more skeptical about the products and even sustainability in general, this is also heavily influenced by advertisers and retailers who privilege some information and information sources of others.
My name is Dilshad Raza, and in this article, one aspect which was studied in detail was influence of socio-demographic characteristics on the intentions to book a hotel. In the previous existing literature, it is largely believed that socio-demographic characteristics are an important factor when it comes to sustainability, tourism, and sustainability hoteling. In this article, it was hypothesized that age, gender, and income group will define the intentions to book a hotel. But the empirical evidence suggests that there was no significant relationship with booking intentions of socio-demographic characteristics. So this research gives us a different perspective of socio-demographic characteristics, whereas previously it was believed that these characteristics are important in sustainability practices and in booking of hotels which practice sustainability. In this article, another aspect which was discussed in detail was the interaction of trust perception and perceived usefulness of information. Now, the authors, they've studied trust perception's influence on booking intentions and perceived usefulness of information's influence on booking intentions. And they also studies the interaction of both these on booking intentions. They found out that if general trust is high and it is coupled with useful information, then booking intentions go up. And if the general trust is high but information provided by the marketeers is less useful, then booking intentions go down. So we can conclude that even people with general high trust levels tend to book a hotel less, which provides less useful information. So it is very important for the marketing people to know that what type of material they require to secure a booking of a sustainable hotel. Another concept which was discussed in the sidelines of this article, but it's a very important concept, that is greenwashing. Greenwashing can be simply explained that those claims which are not true made by people who are not practicing sustainability but they claim that they are practicing sustainability. So first of all, it's a corporate deceit to misguide authorities, to misguide the stakeholders of the business, and to secure business by making false claims. And when these false claims do not come true, then there is a general decline in the trust levels of the consumers. Now we come to the final part of this presentation, and we see that empirical evidence on trust perception and intention to book a sustainable hotel had a positive relationship. People with higher trust perception, they tend to book sustainable hotels more, and the interaction of different factors like usefulness of information and trust perception gave a new perspective and added to the knowledge body, and it endorsed the already existing literature. Then we see that there were some aspects which were discussed in detail and they were opposite to the existing literature. These aspects of socio-demographic characteristics require further inquiry and exploration, and by further inquiry we can reach to a conclusive evidence where we can say that whether socio-demographic characteristics have any relationship with intentions to book a sustainable hotel or not. Sample was taken from Germany. It included males, females, and different income groups and people from different age groups. However, it could have been expanded and be made more representative so the results of the article could be generalized. One further aspect which needs further exploration is that what are the distinguishing features of marketing material which marketers should prepare for potential consumers to make it useful for them so they get useful information and people with higher trust perceptions book hotel more. So that was all about this article and our presentation. Hope you found it useful. Thank you.